It's been a while since I did a spiritual video, so I thought I will sit here and we'll do some stuff here. We're going to get some tarot readings done. I'm going to use some of my oracle cards. Um, before we do them, I'll give what I believe is the situation, how I feel it in myself, signs I've had, and we'll just see if the readings correlate roughly with that same thing. Because I just like to reveal, I just like to show people my spiritual journey. I'm not trying to entice people to follow in my path or believe this or believe that. I'm just opening people's eyes to things, really. So with my main content I create, I don't. I try to steer away from it. I prefer to help people or talk about life in the way that majority of people see it. But there's so many sides to all of us, and one side of me is through this, where I actually have signs and indications of things happening and on the right path and all those things, which obviously helps. But other people could tap into that themselves if they do the healing and raise their vibration to match the energies that need to be received. And I share that in my book, not this one. So I've got this book. This book just recently released. Oh. Follow Your Dreams to Sparkle Your Soul. I'm really happy, really proud of it. But that is not spiritual. The only spiritual book I have is the one in the image on the bottom left there so far, is Losing Your Mind, Find Your Soul. Later in the year, by the end of the year, I hope to have the follow-up, the next spiritual book out. But the others I've steered away from purposely because I want to be able to help everybody. And that's through just sharing the personal growth journey, the actual trauma you're going through and the things that I implement in my daily life, really, and how I behave away from spirituality. Because I don't want to alienate people, So we're going to ask some questions. I haven't really remembered everything I wanted to ask. Because although I haven't done the video content, I have been using cards in my own private life about romance, about career. I kid you not, and I've discussed it a lot in my videos in the past. This book, I kept putting it off. I was working on it in bits and pieces, and then I just thought, I've done enough. My life's hard, and it's like I've sacrificed enough. 6 books at that point. What more's needed of me? And I kept getting signs. This book is needed. You need to finish the book, and it's going to help a lot of people, and it's going to be part of your breakthrough. And I was like, no, I've done enough. and then for me, I wanted it done. Then I realized it could help people. So again, it goes full circle. But we're going to touch on this one. But I might start it off with this book. So as I've got other cards. We may use them, may not. I mean, the plan, of course, is to use them at some point in the video, but only when I feel called to use them. There is a very special deck I've got here that I want to just show. I barely used it. I think I've only used it like twice. I will need the book for it because it's very specific. It's Indian, really? India? I think it's India. So it's the yogic path. Oh, okay. I've got green screen, so it makes it, that's going mental. That's a shame I can't show it in its full glory. It just matches the green that I've got behind me, unfortunately. But it's really cool. That's just a box. It is a deck inside it, a big deck, and a book. And we'll use the book to decipher what the meaning is to the card that comes. This is the deck I use a lot. I use this Witch's Tarot deck an awful lot. I like the cards on it. I think it's good. It's a deck I used to use an awful lot earlier in my journey. I used to use the Rider-Waite, which is the one you start with. Then I used to use the Lightseer's Tarot, which is, oh God, the green screen's killing me, man. That's what a lot of people use. I really like this deck now. This one's cool. Of course, we need to figure out what I want to ask. It's difficult because I've been asking the questions along my journey already, about this breakthrough, this coming, this coming. I do like to go further and ask Ascended Masters what they think of my journey, because I do get I get answers from them. Yeah. Anyway, so like what I do with the books and things, it's not like it just happened. It's happened over a period of time, and even as frustrated as I get that I don't get the breakthroughs, I do recognize that part of the journey is to create the body of work first. Because once you've done it, it can't sort of be taken away from you. It almost gives you, it builds a legacy before anything takes off. But of course, if anyone ever, someone wanted to challenge my integrity, it's like read the books. You'll see it's consistent. And I think that's important, really, because you've actually got evidence to back up. So I mean, I don't really know what to ask about the book now, to be totally honest, because again, like I said, I've already covered a lot of the questions within it. Okay. Right, one card's come up. Wheel of Fortune. People could put that down to good luck, and I always put it down to like fate. So, I mean, it's times are going to change. Things are moving forward now. It's a next cycle, because that's effectively what these are. I don't know if it's coming across there. You've got like, I see that it's a seasons, but I mean, it shows the different colors, which would represent seasons. But it also has all the different arcana, the different suits. So it's just moving into different cycles of your life. Maybe you're going for a creative period, then you get an emotional period, then you're going to get more of a successful, grounded period. And then there's more about logic and intelligence, education. But it's points towards change. Your cycle's going to change from where you're at now. It's going to change, and that came from me not even asking. And again, I want that to be clear, because there's a lot of tarot readers, and I've come across them in my journey. They're so rigid, and I'm fluid. I'm just a fluid person. I just organically have conversations with my guides, and even if I'm not specifically asking a direct question, if I'm talking about something, they just throw cards at me. So whether that fits into other people's way of doing things, I really don't care, because that's how they communicate with me, and they've been doing it since I started my journey. At first, I was dismissing it a little bit, like not listening, and now I listen. So I said I don't know what to do, what about the book, and then I get this fact that the things are changing. Um, I'll tell you what we do. I won't say exactly what's going to happen with the book just yet. We might just start off a little bit different. Okay. I think that'd be an easier way to start this book, this sort of thing. So what I like to do if I'm doing it, and I've taught my daughter this way as well, is like, if you ever got material, just make it known. I mean, obviously we know it's the book, but I just tap it, make sure. So I'd say, what do my spirit guides think about my new book, Follow Your Dreams to Sparkle Your Soul? Oh, I nearly went. I don't force anything. So what I will say, I've got a bit of heartbreak with this one. What I will say is, sometimes I've asked enough questions in private that they don't really want to answer in this one. Yeah, it's not really coming out. Okay, I mean, I don't think they're answering me on this book, because I've asked them in private already before we did all this. So we've got, these are very negative cards right now, to be totally honest. And I know that ain't the right. I know that's. I'm not trying to manipulate anything. It's just I know what they think of the book. I've already asked. So I'm not really worried about how it looks, personally. It's obviously improved beyond the original bit, but I do that anyway because I know what they think of it. That on its own, if you only had that, if we had that card on its own, just for clarity, you would say that's no. I'd say that's a very negative card. It is my no card in the deck if I ask a yes or no question, but it wasn't a yes or no question, so you don't always have to take it as it's a specific no. It's what's the actual represent, and that represents heartbreak and loss. It's complete betrayal and broken heart. And then we get, it was this one, wasn't it? The Tower card, which is abrupt change. It could be for good or bad. A lot of people put it for bad, but it's really just a complete and utter transformation. It's just tearing it apart. But we're going to take it in the sequence that it come, which is why I'm saying this. So my life has been hard. I just talked about that beforehand. So what do they think about this book? It's like challenges. It's been like trouble, and it's like the everything's changing. And then we had the Eight of Pentacles, which is your hard work paying off. Literally, all these represent money generated. The one before that, the Seven, it was hanging off of a tree. And then before that, it's growing. And then this one is actually you reaping the rewards. So it's actually quite significant. That's not just like a little bit here. That's actually the success. And then the Strength. So that's quite interesting, isn't it? You've got these two cards that represent a bit of upheaval and chaos. But it's like you got this. Oh God. I'm trying to. I don't know why I use that camera to try and show the cards. It's crap. Um, you got the strength to carry through, and of course it's there. If you actually look at it that way, I think of it more in the sense of like my own breakthroughs. But we're actually asking specifically about the book, and the book is all about transformation, and that's what it should represent in there. So what do my guides think about the book? And it shows it a complete transformation, and that's how it's. And I've actually said that at the very beginning of the book. Weirdly, if I actually just read the beginning part, I'm not trying to promote anything here. I'm just talking. It's just if you look at what I said there, the cards, it's crazy because I go here. This book could help people process and come to terms with life, from frustrations and even trauma to thriving and being free from the past. Like, what? Is that not what that represents? Literally thriving and his strength and trauma. So, it's mad, isn't it? Yeah, okay. That's what my guides think. And then he had something breakthrough there. That was quite a nice card. Let's see who else I can ask about this book. I can ask what other people think of it, but no one's read it yet. So if I knew someone specific read it, I could ask, what did they think of the book? And then we'll get an answer. And I like things like that. We're going to go into that in different areas of life at some point. Perhaps. I'm not sure if I really want to reveal people at the moment. We're going to continue on this book. Well, this is the one where people might be a bit skeptical, and believe me, up to people. If cards don't come out, then I'm not called to communicate with anyone, am I? If they come out, then look, I'm just transparent. It's going to be quite huge now, to be honest. I did ask before I did the video to bring the Ascended Masters it close to answer questions if I have any. What does Jesus, Yeshua, think about my book, Follow Your Dreams to Sparkle Your Soul? So I didn't feel like any cards were going to come, so I'm not obviously going to force things. I don't even have a clue what that is. I haven't even looked. Well, I'll do 3 more shuffles. Okay. What I will say is, when I asked about Jesus, Yeshua, he's always proud of me. Like, so anyone can say anything and they can have their own opinion. It really means nothing when I'm actually having that connection and the communication. Always positive, you know. So, because he's lived this life on his journey. You know, he knows how hard it is. Of course, he had far more trouble. But, oh wow! So anyone can pick what they want. I mean, I'm just seeing the cards come out. We've literally got. We're asking what they think of this book. I'm getting goosebumps now. Like, I'm getting huge chills all over me. And I asked them to come close, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's him hugging me right now. Wow. You know, I don't say this shit for effect. Anyone knows me, I wouldn't gloss anything. We've got the Hermit, Star, and the World. The World's seasonal change as well, just like the World is more of an end of a cycle. Beautiful new, something new. But also the Star is wish fulfillment, but it's also like you are special. Like really special. I don't. I recognize I do this a lot because I play things down sometimes. Like anyone who's tarot, you'll know the Star card is absolutely huge. It's fame. It's someone who is very gifted, if you like, and it's seen as very special. But I try to dim it down, so I always play it down. But if I get Star quite often sometimes, and yeah, I don't really like all that status shit, so I try to dim it a little bit. But I recognize when he's saying that and significant. So the Hermit, and in fact, I think all 3 of these are major arcana. They are. I asked Jesus what he thinks of my book, and all of them 3 major arcana. We got the Hermit, which is going within source of light, your guiding light. I see that as internalizing. So you're solo, like where I am. I'm very much on my own, doing my own journey, and it's going within to find the answers. So it becomes self-sufficient, and you're not like manipulated by anyone, are you? You're very independent. But then also we've got this star energy, and then you've got the completion of a cycle. So like this Buddha's Jesus thing, he freaking loves it. That's great. Oh, bottom of the deck. Can't even make it up. The sun. I don't think I say that, but it's the sun. But I get immensely proud. If anyone knows me, they might get an opinion of me where you might think I'm a bit stuck up my ass sometimes, and I get it. Confidence is perceived as arrogance, and with certain people, I would come across arrogant because I don't let people take advantage of me. So yeah, there is a level of arrogance to me for the wrong people. So there is that. So like, if a certain person was to meet me and I'd get a bad energy from them, and I think they're up their own arse, they will definitely get an arrogant side of me. They won't like me at all because I don't put up with anyone's crap personally, and I don't try to be everybody's friend. If it's someone who's kind, I love their energy, they make you feel comfortable, they'll get this joke, they'll get this really silly side of me. People get different sides of me, you know. But with Jesus, I always get this beautiful energy from him. Oh, what's this? Two of Cups. So I'm talking about my own personality there. Two of Cups is, I think you often say soulmates is you connect yourself, but I think what they're saying there is my energy, because we're talking specifically about my energy there. I think they're trying to, my guides are saying, you know, again, I can play things down, but they're trying to say I've got a beautiful energy. That's nice. That is nice, you know. But everyone's got sides to them, you know, like a fiery side, a defensive side, whatever area you got really. For the right people, we're our purest self, aren't we? Yeah, it was really nice from Jesus, Yeshua. Who else should we do? Should we do Buddha? Buddha always comes across with me when I ask questions for Buddha. So Jesus always comes across the journey. He understands the troubles, and I always get that. There's always this beautiful part with him where I get it, where he gets it because he's lived his version, his timelines, you know. And Buddha is usually, if I'm just, and again, I'm doing this on purpose, so if we'll see how it comes out after, it might relate, it might not. Buddha often talks about, I usually get things like, what is it, I think it's the Three of Wands, Two of Wands. It's usually like you're going after something, you're doing something, you're making steps forward, you know, like an adventure. We'll see. What does Buddha think about my new book, Follow Your Dreams to Sparkle Your Soul? So I don't even know what the card is. It's up there one way. What I will say is, I just don't want to interfere with this reading at the moment. Wait a minute. Well, we might just keep the one card only. Because again, like I said, I do normally just gives me one card. I think it's not usually a whole deck of cards. Right, three more. So 1, 2, 3. Just had 2 of Cups as well when it's talking about my personality. What does Buddha think of my book? 2 of Cups. What I was going to say when I was doing that, and I think, you know, on the astral realm, I know in spirit, in the universe, source, I know they love what I do. I know they cheer me on. I know they're supporting me. So I know the work I do is deeply appreciated. In the 3D human side, people are not aware of me. And so if you're not appreciated and respected, people are not aware of the journey or the work because they don't know who I am. On the astral side, they do. They've known me through many lifetimes. So, you know, this is just another experience. So that's how so when I traverse this world, I don't really care. So when people see that I'm really headstrong, I always have been anyway. But the deeper I go on my spiritual journey, the more I genuinely don't care what people think of me. Like I've never cared anyway, but even more doubled down, if you like. I know what spirit source thinks of me. And when this lifetime ends, that's who I return to. And I know they're so proud of everything I've done. You've just seen it there. So how other people see it, who are flawed, who have envy, they're jealous, they don't understand. They've not been there. They don't know who I am deep down. We just hate to see the answers. So Honestly, I don't care what a frightened person, who's projecting strength thinks of me. I just care about what spirit thinks of me. If I do them proud, I'm doing my work. Let's see what if. Oh, back of the deck. I thought we'd do that, Buddha. I think we did it with. I think we got the sun with Jesus, Yeshua, and this with Buddha. We've got 10 of Cups of the book. They've also showed generational wealth, success, goosebumps again, and that's what I'm surrounded by. And I know I'm always surrounded by them. It's not just my guides. I know the others watch on too. Now, not everybody's aware of you. I mean, I've tried asking about Joan of Arc, I think, in the past. I don't think Joan of Arc knows who I am. I did ask about Cleopatra. I don't think she knows who I am either. So not all entities are going to know who you are. But Jesus definitely does. Buddha knows. Let's see what Archangel Michael thinks of this book, because he's very much a big part of my journey. Yeah, I'm not going to go into it. I have an idea. When this lifetime ends, I have an idea of what my journey is on the other side. And let's just say Archangel Michael has big expectations of me in this life for the next life, for the transition into spirit, in terms of the battle between light and dark. I'm not going to go into it further than that. I know what my role is. I know roughly what my role is. I couldn't say with precision, but it's not going to surprise me on the other side if I'm not going to say. Yeah, I think I have my role to play, and I'm sure of it. And this is just one part of that role. Come here to do this, help people. Again, I'm getting huge weird hills around me, in a positive way. So with that in mind, let's ask Archangel Michael. What does Archangel Michael think about my new book, Follow Your Dreams to Sparkle Your Soul? Oh, that comes straight out. Bloody hell, that flew. Oh, for crying out loud. I told you, I'm not even... you can see me shuffling. You see what's on table, can't you? And I said it comes out very often with me. And I dim myself. I play it small sometimes. That was the star card. That's the other one I can see. I've got 2 cards flown left, which I'll lift my book up for integrity reasons, so people can see that there's no hoodwinkle. I don't really care what people think. But I try to be as transparent as I can. So we've moved this deck out of the way so you can see that's not in the way. We've got 2 cards here. This is my book. We're going to lift it out of the way. These are the 2 cards here. There's no freaking magic trick going on. I don't know how to do magic. I'll be clumsy if I tried. So we've got the star card because I can see it. That was the first card that come out. Then the 2 cards fell out. Then this one did. I know that's how they fell. So, yeah. So we start with the star. Again, we're talking about the book. I haven't even got a clue myself. Oh, wow. The King of Pentacles, which, of course, like we say Pentacles, we know it's money. The King is the top tier. Beyond that, you've got the Emperor, which is all the kings. But if we're talking about that, we're talking about a leader here, the King of Pentacles. Successful leader, established. And then we've also got this moment for pause, for thought. So it's the hangman. It's a transition. It's a phase of pivoting. Again, we're asking about the book, aren't we? So what is that saying? It's saying it's going to be healing to so many people. This is just it's huge. It's monumental. This isn't a little card. We've already established that. This is a major arcana, as is the hangman. So that's just not a little bit of a pivot. That's a huge change towards success. So, I mean, this is Spirit saying, this is Archangel Michael, believe. So what's this last one? Oh, Death. Now, people might think that's a bad card. It isn't. I never see that as a bad card. That's transition. So Death is the renewal. So it's in Death is renewal, there's transformation. A bit like if you think about a caterpillar turns to butterfly. So life changes. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Bottom of deck. Oh, Strength again. And again, another major arcana. I think all of them in the bottom of the deck. I'm trying to remember what the last one was with Buddha now. I haven't got the... Well, can't remember if that was a major arcana at the back as well. Can't remember. So far, so we've got Jesus, Yeshua. We've had my guides. We've asked Buddha. We've asked Archangel Michael. So we're going up in echelons. Let's find out See, I don't refer to God. I don't know what the highest echelon is on the astral in the spirit realm. I've had very gifted people refer to the Council of Light. I have to take that serious. So I personally think they're the highest echelon. If there's something above them, I'll be surprised. I think we use the term God to help us in this lifetime to give us something to focus on. And then there's a lot of examples of that, especially if you go through mythology where there's just many different gods and deities. And it's not, whether any of that's whichever's true or not, but it can only really be one or the other, can't it? It can only be paganism where there's multiple gods, or it can only, or like things like Christianity where there's a singular God. I just referenced the Council of Light, so that's what I'll be asking now. So I'm not asking God because I'm not sure what that even means at this point, but I do know the Council of Light is real, and they have a much higher expectation of me because they decide everything. So let's say I get fed up with my life and I'm like, this is just outrageous. I've given everything to this. I've sacrificed time and time again. Not only have I made numerous videos, like so much video content that doesn't get seen. I write book after book after book. My life's hard as a consequence, but I always show up and do it. And I do have this argument with my guides. And I'm like, when is it my time? When am I finally going to be released? Just take the chains off and let me be free. Let me go. Let me pursue what it is I'm here to do. Stop holding me back. Now, ultimately, it's all going to filter back to Archangel Michael and then the Council of Light. So the Council of Light will determine whether or not it's my time to be released. Let's say they want more from me. Let's say they've got other pieces to the puzzle they're looking for. They've got it all planned out. Well, me moaning isn't going to change it. They're gonna do it when they feel it's right. Hopefully soon. To be totally honest, I think it's about time. I don't want to start arguing with them on my cards, but or maybe we'll do that. Okay, we'll maybe throw that in at the end. Right, okay. What does the Council of Light think about my book, Follow Your Dreams to Sparkle Your Soul? Mm. Bear in mind, they're going to be the stricter ones. Might be. I was going to say it might only be that card. Right, 3 more shuffles. I'm not going to force anything, like I said. There's another card there in the middle. I don't know if that's just turn over. We'll put it to the side just to see if it's relevant. I'm just going to talk about it because it's just because it was up the other way, but it hasn't fallen out, so I'm not going to take it specifically as a given. I'll shuffle 3 more times. 1, 2. Another card come out. Another 2 cards. Right, okay. We talk about the card that came out on like turn over. This is. I see this one as like pursuing your dreams. So you got the 8 of Cups. See, a lot of time you got these cups. When you get the cups in the tarot, a lot of time they're all like spilt. You're frustrated. You're not happy. It's like we're talking about the book here. We're not talking about me. The book. This one is more like following your dreams because the next one, the 9 of Cups, is like wish fulfillment, and then the 10 is like happy ever after. So this is the one before your wish fulfillment. So you're following your dreams. You know. So I actually really like this card. It's a beautiful card. But again, that had just turned over in the deck. It hadn't flown out, but there we go. So the first card we actually got was this one, which you can obviously interpret in many ways. You can say you've got many options, or you could ask it's got many talents, many skills. I see this one because of if you think about like the content of the book, and you think the fact that it's the book, and you've got all these options. I think what it's doing, it's showing people different ways of life, and that's what they're saying. It's showing people just different values. So you can choose, each of these cups is a life you can live. Do you pick that cup? Or do you want to pick that cup? Or do you want to pick that cup? Like, what do you want? What do you want for your life? And I'm showing people through it. Because that's what it's all about, you know? So that's that one. I think this one come out last, the left one. So we're going to, no, the Pentacles come out last. But the Pentacles definitely come out with this one. The next one that come out was actually the Queen of Pentacles. So we've already had the King of Pentacles for someone else. The Queen is, well, obviously it's more of a feminine energy. So a queen is going to be a little bit more generous, but either way, it's still successful. And you look at that, look, even got the dog there, so it just shows this nurturing side. But yeah, very grounded, very stable. and successful. So we've got those two. Then we'll go over to the other one because we don't even know what that is yet. Then we've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is a brand new offer. Like, it's a brand new beginning, really, but it's a substantial brand new beginning. It isn't like someone's offering you. So this is something big. It's a brand new big beginning for you, you know. And again, was that in relation to a brand new beginning for me because I did it, or is it a brand new beginning for other people? And I think it blends both. I'm not saying I'm trying to be. I'm as transparent as I can. I don't say things for effect. I don't say things to try to push something. This is literally the council of light. I'm just interpreting what they're saying to me. So, you know, I would never manipulate that. Anyone knows me, like, yeah. But especially with the angels and the angelic realm, I am their servant. You know, I bend to their will, and believe me, I've done it so many times where, even in the past, I took all my books down. It come through a very deep channeling session with someone, very gifted individual, and there was something in one of my books they didn't want, and they were holding my books back for that. And they said, you know, you may go and adjust the others because there was reference of that book. So I took all the books down, and they were surprised. And when I did it all, the angels, the council, like, they're so proud of me for doing that because I did that on my own free will, and they did not order me to. But that's the thing with me; I will humble myself to them. So the work I do is for humanity as a whole. Yeah, I want to be successful, but if I'm poor my whole life, I'm not going to take my books back, and I'm not going to not keep creating. If it's spirit's will for me to be poor and humble myself and be a servant for them to generate what needs to be done for humanity's evolution, then I'll do it. So if anyone thinks anything bigger than that, it's not. Of course, I want a nice life for myself, but if it's not to be, it's not to be. Obviously, I'll kick and scream along the way because it's not fair. But you'll still see one after another me continuing to push forward. I'm just saying. So I am humble to them. Yeah, my ego don't run rampant with them. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. The threes are all frustrations. They're really fed up. Look at this one. This one's deeply fed up. It's what they think about this book. We've got all these other beautiful signs. We've even got the one up about potentially following your dreams. But it's hard work. And that's what they're saying, because it's been hard work for me to create this work I've been doing, you know? Sometimes it looks easy, and maybe in a short period I can do a lot. But to get to that period, I've had to beat my ass to do it. So, like I said with this book, I did it rapid in the end, but it took a lot of me pushing myself and fed up and demoralized and things. It took a whole process to do that. But again, this isn't necessarily about the process to write this book. Perhaps it is. I think it's more evident of what they're saying about the journey. So what this book is about, it's about literally you're going to have to go deep. You know, you're going to have to feel lost. You're going to get frustrated. But it's about renewing yourself, you know, as we can see through the what's being said. So I think that's quite beautiful. Now, the interesting thing is, I haven't seen the back of the deck yet. Remember, we keep getting a star card. That's been outrageous. I don't expect that this time. Again, Council of Light are going to be far more particular with me. They're going to want to keep me level-headed. And their just standards are just ridiculously high. So we'll see what we get. I'm not really sure. See, I'm not going to get a massive one here. Page of Swords. I didn't expect something big. If I was, I'd be blown off my seat, to be totally honest. The Page of Swords. So if you look at that, it's an apprentice. It's like you're standing up for what you need to do, and you're speaking your truth, and you just, it's just like an innocence to it, but it's like you're doing it. And I keep getting that a lot, actually, weirdly, that the student is becoming the teacher. Like, the student becomes the master, so the student becomes the teacher. And I've been on my journey for a while now, and it's like I'm sharing it all of my growth. And I recognize that in what I do now. I'm no longer learning so much of other people. I'm more sharing what I've been through and what I understand now. So yeah, I get that. That was interesting. Now let's see what this comes out here, because again, that's what I like to do, is show what I say and then see what comes out. Can't manipulate cards. There's too many in a freaking deck. Why would I do that? We've got other decks to check at some point. I already said before we even did all this reading and the videos before that I don't say it lightly, but I consider this book a masterpiece. Because I know even just the first few chapters, I know how powerful they are to help people. Just even the first few. So imagine getting through the whole book. So let's see what comes up here. What do I think of my latest book, Follow Your Dreams to Sparkle Your Soul? Well, I'm going to shuffle three more. One, two, three. Oh, well, I knew nothing was coming out as I was doing it. The reality is, and I was actually quite amused that it wasn't, it's spirit will decide what they want to answer. If they think it's already a given, what's the point? You know, and that's how I see it. So, like I say, I don't force it. I've asked a specific question, and they'll decide whether they're going to answer that. That was just pointless answering it because I already told what, I already know what I think of it, and I've already made it clear. So, and that's what I just want to show people though. If you ask, if you're just trying to throw cards out, they'll always fly out. If you're actually asking a genuine question, that's the thing. If something's on my mind and I'm shuffling without asking anything, sometimes a card might come out, and I'll be like, oh, "That's weird. That's uncanny," But for the most part, if my mind's blank and I haven't asked anything, unless spirit desperately wants to tell me something, I'll just keep shuffling and nothing will come out, and I could do it for ages. And as soon as I ask a question in my mind or I ask it directly, all of a sudden a card will fly out. I'm just showing people what it's like. Oh wow, turn it over. I've got King of Pentacles. So I'm just trying to think what else to ask or who to ask really, because we've asked Archangel Michael, we've asked Buddha, we've asked my guides, we've asked the Council of Light. Tell you what, ask one more question. A minute, my ear. These cause me so much trouble with my ears sometimes. Okay, let's ask this. Are there other beings or entities in the universe or astral realm monitoring my journey here on Earth? Huh. Damn, man. Two of the same similar cards. Phew. Huh. It's all pointing towards the same thing. They're seeing how hard it's been for me. Crazy. Wow. Right, we're going to stop because it's going to get hard to read it, I think. Right, we've already asked. Let's do three more. One, two, three. As you've seen before, when I do one, two, three, sometimes something flies out. What's interesting is the way it improves slightly. We've got it in one upside down. Ooh, Queen of Pentacles. This was interesting because that Knight of Cups didn't come out first because I know what come out. So that goes there, that goes there. So what we had initially, it's so painful. You can see it here. The shadow side, 15, I think is the Devil Arcana. I've not got the numbers on me. I think 15 might be the Devil. Then we've got Karma, which I think is Judgment. But where's the Moon? What was the Moon? Is that 11, the Moon? I think 11. I think the Moon's 11. Yeah, the Moon is the one. Yeah. Okay, I know what the card looks like. It's just a different deck, so it's just understanding. We've already had the Three of Pentacles where I've explained what that card is. Now think about that. I'm asking, are other entities, beings on the other side or in the universe, aware of what I'm doing, and they know how hard this has been for me. You can see it in its card. I don't have to explain an individual card here. I think it's quite apparent, that it's been freaking hard. And you got the Judgment. It's like, time called on things and enough's enough. But we've got this here with the Devil. That can be addictions. It can be, obviously, it's stuck in your head. yeah, it's just a lot of suffering really with that one. And then we've got this one here where it's just nothing seems to be working out. So they seem to keep working and never getting anywhere, and they see that, so it's just interesting. They also see the fact that I'm ambitious. I don't give up, and I also have this kind-hearted nature to me too. So I have love to give, but I'm also um, focused on my goals. So we've got the struggle. Oh, I can't keep covering them now because they're a mess. We've got the struggle. They can see who I am. That's nice. And then we've got this, which is interesting. Again, we got it with this Council of Light. Same thing. We've got this one, this innocence. But you speak your mind, and it's like innocent, it's pure. But we've also got this one, where there's deceit, people betraying me. But look at the King of Cups. So I am confident in my emotions and who I am. So even when people come at me, I'm just innocently swashing them back, but I'm also very, very confident in myself. So they get to see how strong I am. But they know how hard it's been too. And I think that's the side that would often get missed, to be totally honest. I think people don't see how hard it is from day in, day out. It is painful. They just see so a lot of people will only see the after results. But think about it. For me to talk on tough, challenging situations, I've been through it. So if anyone thinks this book's quite heavy or there's something deep in this, it's like, yeah, I'm experiencing it in my daily life on a regular basis. Hence why I talk about it. If it was life was fairy tales, rainbows, I wouldn't have it to talk about. Hence why we go through all this stuff too. So I say that a lot. Like sometimes we're here to teach others from our own experiences. I wish I'd checked the back of the deck then. I didn't do it, did I? Messed that up. Yeah, I can't go back. Yeah, I just want to show channel light on some things really. The book's quite significant for me, which is why we started with it, but I don't even know what else to ask because I could do things in private life, but I don't want to sort of put pressure on anybody or taint anything or I don't really know what to ask really. I'm really at odds now because I don't want to sort of like get involved in things too much right now. What I will say is without going into the cards, because I think if people have seen this so far, you'll understand the consistency. I do get signs about ex-partner situation isn't perfect at their end, but I don't really care about any of that. And I'm aware of it after the fact. So it wasn't a case of I got that first. I knew after the fact first. I saw that. I had the sign. I've asked the cards about certain things in my life, and sometimes it crosses over with that. And then recently, an event happened where it's evident that the situation isn't as wonderful as they like to paint. But again, it doesn't mean nothing to me. But it's just for me, it was interesting. The cards showed that. There's also someone else from my past who I mentioned in one of my books, but the situation's complicated. But I do get really nice cards from them. I could ask now. I always get beautiful cards with them. It's like I always get the strength card. They see me as someone that's very strong, resilient. They see me as someone that's going to be very successful, inspiring. It's really nice. And then they also get me. I also get a lot of love around it as well. And it's like that's nice. So what's interesting with that is the actual circle. We haven't spoke for like a year nearly now. It's just the way it is, It's just complicated. But it's interesting that the cards don't waver. And yet, on the outside, if you looked at the situation, you'd say there's no sign of that at all. So I might ask now we'll see what comes out, I prefer to say it and then we'll see what comes out. And I just want to wake people up really to understand that, look, I'm not going to talk about spirituality all the time. But just because I'm not talking about it doesn't mean I don't understand it. I'm not involved. I don't have, I implement it in my own life because my guides are here. I'm not sure what this is in reference to because it could be about her, but I didn't ask about her. I was talking about the fact. I think this is in relevant to my spirituality because I just said about the fact that I always lean on it, and it's what we got. Oh, I didn't see that one before. So you got the Knight of Swords. We got Knight of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, which is the one I said before the result. Yeah, I got 7 then 8. That's progress. and then strength, and then the moon. So you don't see it. You don't see what's coming. So you don't see what's coming. So you might have a sign of it, but you still don't see it coming. Oh crap! What was that? That was the one I had before. Yeah, the Knight of Swords. So we've got the Knight of Swords. Swords is all communication, but also truth and clarity and things like that. So coming in, you rush in to say what you do. What you say what you've got to say, and then we've also got Seven of Pentacles. So you're growing, you're building something, but then you also now you're seeing the fruits of your labor. It's actually working out, and you're very strong, really, really strong. That's got incredible resilience, the strength. It's major arcana, and then this is major arcana as well, the moon. So that's illusions, and maybe you don't see it. And that's when I was talking about the fact that spirit, I'm always in tune with spirit, and it's kind of points like that. What we got at the back? Oh, Ten of Swords, Left for Dead. The amount of betrayals I've had against me. And after that, we had the victory card. But if you go there, yeah, amount of betrayals I've had against me, people. I'm real in it. But it's like, people do what they want. I've got bigger things to do with my life. So let's talk about this person then. I'm not going to go too deep because I don't want to embarrass them or put pressure on a situation because it's not about that. I just really just trying to show something that's significant with me, really. We have to say the name. I mean, I could do it without saying the name, but I'd rather have clarity, like for video's sake. What does Jessica think of me? I'm going to say they might not answer me because I already asked before. The reason I'm shuffling just a little bit more is because normally I get quite a few. I usually get at least 5 cards. All right, okay, so I'm just going to stop. Oh, all right, that'll do, I think. Well, this one's the last one. A couple more nearly come out, but we're not going to push it. Okay. Right, so I don't know what that one is. Oh, I've got the Queen of Pentacles. So they seem as successful. But again, that's not successful like being dominant. Again, it's successful in a nurturing way. These come out first. We're going to do that. We've got 2 aces. So she sees me as someone very brand new beginnings, creative, inspiring new beginnings. So it's very passionate, but also someone that tells the truth. So very trustworthy, very honest. So yeah, it's cut through things. But there's also a lot of competition here. So this one here is conflict competition. So like I said, it's quite challenging between us. It's not easy. And it has its challenges, like significant challenges. And again, they probably see it as competition as well. And it shows their 8 of Swords. You're stuck in your head. They feel trapped and bound by a situation. So they can't move towards this at all. That's how they felt. And then we've also got a card over here that I haven't checked. Again, points towards that. We've already had the 8 of Swords, and then the next one was the 9 of Swords. So it's making them restless. It's exhausting them. This connection is exhausting them. The fact that it can't move forward, it hasn't moved forward. They're stuck in their head. But yeah, normally I get a lot of like the heart, the like 2 of Cups and all those beautiful cards with it as well. But this is what we're getting this time. And on the back of the deck, they can see me growing something and potentially being successful eventually, and they can see the fruits of that. It's about bear fruit, so they can see the work that's been put in. So that's interesting. What should we do with this one? What do I think of Jessica? I could say, well, but I'll wait for the cards. I'm not even looking at the cards. I mean, I couldn't help but see that one. I know that one says the Knight of Swords. Don't know what that one is. Try looking top left now, so I don't look at these cards because I want to just do something just quickly before I do the cards. Right, nothing else is coming. Okay. Right. What I think of her is I think she's very resilient, very strong. She's adaptable. She is nurturing. She's honest, very honest. She has a lot of integrity. She tells the truth. She is trustworthy, but she's been through. She had a trauma. She's had traumas. She's had different, difficult life experiences. So, I think it's something like anybody. You think you're healing. You think you've overcome something. So then maybe you meet someone and you think it's the right time because the timing's perfect. It must have meant to be and all this. And I think that's where some things have gone. And I think relationships have maybe dictated that a little bit. And I think it sends her on a path where it hasn't quite worked out and you get a bit demoralized and maybe people abuse your kindness. But it doesn't make me think any less of them. It just means I have to process. If there's an obstacle between us, I have to process that obstacle just like anybody else would. And yeah, sometimes I feel hurt in the process, but I have to understand she's not me. And that's not a bad thing. It's just we're all different. We all have different ways of coping with situations. But I think they're absolutely beautiful. And that's what I think. So we'll see what the cards say. Points to that. It says that. I think they're beautiful. It says it there. So we've got the Six of Cups, which is reminiscing the past. So yeah, I reminisce, I guess. The Fool. I can see us having a new beginning. Completely new life, new beginning, new journey. Yeah, I am attracted. Queen of Wands. I just said I see him as beautiful. That's literally what that is. Knight of Swords. Again, we spoke about truth, clarity. They speak their mind. And I got the same card as them. It's exhausted me as well. It's just an exhausting situation. Been going on like forever now. I think we're like 5 years in now. And things in the way, but yeah. It was all positive there, wasn't it? Apart from the exhausted one. But we both seem to be exhausted by the same thing. So what's on the back? High Priest. I think the High Priest in this deck is the Hierophant. So it's deeply spiritual, but also points towards the teacher, spiritual teacher. So I know they have a lot of gifts in themselves, and I know they have a lot of wisdom as well. They dim it sometimes. I'm saying that from personal experience, the dimming part. You wouldn't see that from this card. So they lose sight sometimes. It's easy when life gets hard to sort of think, oh, I don't really know if this is true anymore. But it's like deep down they know. I'm not talking about the connection with us, although maybe that points towards that. I'm talking about the spirituality. So the back of the deck is that. So if the back of the deck is that, and we're talking about, wait a minute, is this what I think of them? Yeah. And then the back of the deck is the current energy. Because I know they are tapped in. I know they have gifts. But I think if we're talking about, like, I don't really hone in on that with them because I know they get lost with it. I see this as a divine connection. And I think that's what that's saying. It's literally a divine connection. Yeah. I think it's meant to be. I personally think in my life, it's either them or no one. That's how big that connection is. I don't put pressure on people, but I just think that's what was ordained for me. And that's why I say a lot of time, I'm prepared to do this life solo if I have to. If the alternative is that, I mean, unless the universe really puts some other curveball in my life, but I don't see it. I've asked before, actually, if it's not them, is it someone else? And I got no. I was like, well, that's great for me. It's just what it is, life is life. Who knows how long we have. And, wow, now I ask how long we have, and I've got this shit. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that's actually beautiful. Whoa. Holy shit. I was talking about the fact that she's the only one I can be with, and if it ain't her, it can't be anyone else. And if life is life, we'll have to just get on with it. And then I get like celebration, but the marriage card. All this is actually huge, by the way. There's not even one little bit that's horrible. And I said that. I get beautiful cards with her. Yeah. So we got the 11. So you say that's the 4 of Wands. It's usually seen as the 11-11. We get a lot of people on spiritual journey will get that 11-11 a lot of their time. It's also about celebration, but it's also one that signifies marriage. So you got marriage, potentially. You also got incredible wealth. It's like independent wealth. It's a self-made independence. Then we've got, like, again, what's this one? The Page of Wands. Again, I see that as like an innocence. Someone that goes with the flow, but maybe you take a few risks. You follow your heart. I think you just see it at your pants, really. This one is that's a purity, that's an innocence. The Page of Cups. It's like you want to just offer. It's like it's a bit like if you was offering your heart to someone. Yeah, maybe there's a level of naivety to it, but it's like it's just an innocence to it. You know, it's no playing about. It's just like this is what I think of you. And that's what that's portraying. This innocence. I've got a lot of pages here, very low. Yeah, very beginning stages of something, and then I've also got this is the 9 of cups, which is the wish fulfillment. So I mean, that's all pointing towards that. And then you've got the Page of Swords as well. So it's like having just blunt conversations with each other. You know, very innocent. It's like it's not very serious all the time with each other. That's what I'm getting, like a playful energy. Literally in that, there was like Page of Cups, Page of Swords, Page of Wands. That's in it. That's interesting. You've got all these bigger cards around it, like self-made success, which isn't small at all. And then you've got marriage, but you've also got this beautiful innocence between each other. I like that. That's really nice. What's on the back? Something terrifying. Holy shit. The lovers. I said this before. Like I'm saying that. I say it all way before we do the cards. Marriage, innocence. It's a beautiful like love. And then you've got the lovers. Bloody hell. And I said that. I mean, I'm acting surprised, and I am because it always is surprising. But I always get beautiful cards when I ask. I never get anything negative. Oh wow! So do it again. Shuffle, shuffle. I haven't even looked at the second marriage again, and then this one. And again, it's the page. It's that innocence. It's that young. It's that young, youthful. Um, Speaking up for yourself. And I don't know what the back's got. The back of the deck is the lovers again. I shuffled. That's why the 2 cards come out. At the back of the deck's the lovers again. The odds of that shit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know odds. I've still got 2 more coming out. And then we got giving, receiving. So it's reciprocity. Really, it's receiving. But then it's the receiving is attached to the King of Cups. To someone who knows their worth. Like they love, you know. They're very stoic, though. Not to be played with. Yeah. Say not to be played with. Back of the deck, 9 of Wands. So it's standing your ground. It's like fight for what you want. Interesting. There was another question I was going to ask around that, but it's got so detailed already. I don't think there was a need. I can't even remember what it was going to be. I was going to say what's going to happen between us. Maybe that was the card because I just said what's going to happen between us, and then that card flew out, didn't it? Okay, they're flying out again. I mean, they literally launched. Nice cards. Yellow's always good. Oh, wait, it's gone mad. We're going to just throw these to the side a little bit. That's too many. I can't be dealing with it. So we've got what's going to happen. We've got the 9 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and then the Queen of Swords. Yellow's all usually happy cards. It's success, isn't it? So we've got brand new beginning, like brand new stable off opportunity with each other. Like, and then you've got the 9 of Pentacles. It's self-made again. So it's the independent wealth, but maybe that comes from what I'm doing. So there, and then you've also got like this. I suggest this one's boundaries because it speaks your truth. But I think that's what's going to happen. There's going to be clarity to the situation, but it's going to be successful. And then over here, beyond all the nonsense that flew out, I mean, the ones that point out to me quite apparent is the fact that we've got the High Priestess. So, you know, it's a very spiritual connection. It's very significant. I mean, I don't know if they're all relevant because there's too many cards. I mean, these 2 next to each other is quite interesting. The fact that you've got 2 of Pentacles, which is balance, trying to balance the situation, but then you've also got fate. So it's like fate is leading to this readjustment, bring things into sort of a bit fair, bringing balance to the situation, which is quite interesting. Then we've got these 2 sitting on each other. That's the only way we're going to be able to do this is break it up by what they're together, really. Then again, we've got the wish fulfilled, but he's also it's like this is like finding yourself, isn't it? Going within is the hermit. So you are literally finding the answers for yourself. But if the answers you seek is your wish fulfillment, so it's leading you to that wishes coming true. This lot flew together. Magician, 4 of Wands again. Death, which again is transformation. It's the new beginning. There's deceptive energies around it, and there's something huge that's going to happen. So it's going to be a breakthrough. So the way I see this is maybe we're manifesting each other. One of us at least is manifesting the other. I think we're probably manifesting each other. So both manifesting marriage, or at least a beautiful connection together, which leads to marriage, the potential for at least celebration, a brand like a new beginning, out with the old, in with the new. But you've also got jealous people lurking who want to ruin it. But like when you see how beautiful it is, who's gonna? I don't care if someone tries ruining it. Going to be successful. But of course, it has to establish first, doesn't it? So after we've done all that, what was on the back? Oh, I don't know if we've already seen that before, but the Seven of Pentacles. Again, that's something growing. Now, when we go back, as beautiful as these cards are, if we actually go back when I said at the beginning, we haven't even spoke for a year. So I'm seeing all this beautifulness, but I don't, in my own life, I'm not seeing it. Oh, wow. And then we get the Judgment. So the Judgment is it this one? I don't think this card represents it well enough. But it's almost like the universe is calling time on something. It's enough's enough. So what I said about like in my life, I'm not seeing it, but the cards say it's beautiful. The universe is saying now's the time. This is it. So maybe something happens soon. Back of the card. Back of the card. It was actually the Hierophant after that, but the back of the deck is this one. So it is like a little bit of bravery, isn't it? Someone coming in to the wands. So someone took inspired action. Yeah, I don't want to reveal too much, to be honest. I don't want to reveal too much. Obviously, I've revealed a lot, but I don't want to reveal too much. Yeah, certain things I overshare, and it's like something else. That's just like, no, I'm not going to talk about that. What else should I do? Let's discuss. Just very brief. I'm not going to do this one long. Like my daughter's evolving incredibly well. She's becoming very independent, very strong. She's taking things a bit like school seriously. She wants to do well for herself. I think she's just evolving in a beautiful individual. Like personally, I want to see what my guides think specifically of her at the moment, like her progress. What do my spirit guides think about my daughter's progress in life? You know what? Let's not forget about progress. Let's make it more simple. Just what do they think of her? What do my spirit guides think of my daughter? That comes straight out. Yeah. Oh, that one there. One of them is a little bit negative, but I get it when I saw the card. I'm probably going to stop, I think. Oh, too many flying. We've got that one there. All right, that's enough. Way too many. That was the last one over there. We got this one here. Ah, yeah. This one, I think that one. Interesting. Yeah, different times of the year, different times of her life, you're going to get different answers. You know, it's just what they think of her. I think this is more relevant to her circumstance. She's at a pivotal moment in her life where school's going to determine maybe the courses she can do at college and things, and she'll be able to discern her fate. I've just realised this whole title at the bottom is completely wrong. I haven't even done it. I just should have changed that, unfortunately. I don't think we can change it now. Oh, that's so annoying. What an idiot. Let me just change that. That's annoying me now. We'll just change it midway through. Oh, that's so annoying because that's going to be stuck on my video now. Oh, that's so annoying. But anyway, we've updated it. That's really thrown me through a loop. But yeah, we'll talk about her. She's at this pivotal stage now when gets to decide her own future to a degree. She's always wanted to live with me, but because of her college situation, it puts a bit of an obstacle in the way. If she came to me, she doesn't have as many college opportunities as where she is now, and you know she wants to take that serious. So although she gets frustrated at her home life, and it can be quite intolerable sometimes, she's trying to think a bit pragmatic. And I think that's what this is showing. And in her private life, she's having to balance friendships, people she don't quite necessarily trust, but you're in a situation where you're just trying to get through a period of your life. And I think that's really what it's showing, personally, if you actually look at these cards, if you actually consider what I've just said. And then we've got that. So this one is having to stand your ground, fight your corner. This one is a moment of contemplation, pivot, change. You change direction. What's the situation? And this one is feeling a bit despondent, feeling a bit lost, fed up, not happy with your options. But then you've actually realised you've got a lot of choices to make. I kind of just said that. I know we've seen the cards, but that's literally where she's at. Then over here, I wouldn't say it necessarily gets much better because she's still having to defend herself. She's still defending herself, but you know she is strong enough to cope with it, and she will when it's time to make a decision, she'll make a decision that she needs to make. So she'll weigh up all this, how she feels, what she wants, and ultimately she'll decide her own future. I'm too many cards all over the place at this point. That really annoyed me. That's bothering me a lot now, that bloody writing. I didn't notice it the whole way through, you know. Oh, and then back of the deck, we've got sneaky people. So let's say, because everyone can have a different opinion. That's what I like about asking different ones. Let's ask Jesus what they think. What does Jesus, Yeshua, think of my daughter? You might think sometimes I shuffle more cards than normal. It's just I have a feeling inside of me that there's something coming, something waiting to come out. So I'll keep shuffling. It's not trying to force something. I just naturally feel that something's trying to come. So I'll just keep trying. Oh, wow. Okay. So these two come out first. We would do that because I know they come out on the right before the others flew everywhere. Again, we've got to stand in her ground. We had that with the other one. So my guide here is someone who has to stand her ground. You know, it does get exhausting. But it's here as someone who will seek the new opportunities, you know, change it. Literally, it's changing your life because it's a brand new adventure. So Jesus sees her as someone who stands in her, has stand her ground, but she's not afraid to, or she's literally doing that for her freedom. If you think of it that way, standing her ground, she's having to fight for her freedom. Incredible. Star. We've already established the star is not a little card, and Jesus sees her as a star. And of course, I do as Terrell, and I know her personality. She stands out. And I'm not really sure what that's in reference to, because normally you'd say that's a stable offer. It's slow and stable. If it's connected to the star, that leads to a success. So almost like she's doing things the right way. But she's got the star. That's beautiful. So back of the deck. Ooh. Chariot. Things changing for her fast. She's moving fast. It's Jesus here. These are life changing fast. She does actually. The development's rapid. That was interesting. Buddha. What does Buddha think of my daughter? Don't expect a lot of cards with Buddha. Never do. It gets to the point, I think. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. I don't expect a lot from them. Someone who's growing. that again, the other side of that is success, isn't it? It's fruits of your labor. So she's been growing a lot. Said fruits of your labor, then you get a 9 of cups, wish fulfillment. So wishes will come true. Mm, that's nice. I like that. Right, Archangel Michael. She has gifts of her own. And I think this is where he might be a bit stern up. But we'll see where he's at. What does Archangel Michael think of my daughter? Well, he got a free card, 2 or 3 cards. I'll tell you a bit about her before we get on this. I'm not going to go too deep into her personality. I want to protect her to a degree. But if we talk about the way she is, she's quite she can be feisty in her own way. But I don't think she's not as direct as me. Like, she's funny, she's whimsical. She'll say some things offbeat, and you think, bloody hell, that's hilarious. Because it's just funny. So you don't expect what she's going to say. Like, I'm good at anticipating people. And the fact that I know her so well, but even then, she still throws things out. And you go, yes, outrageous. She's not as confrontational as me, but she can be when she has to. Her emotional development is far more advanced than I was at that age, but then she has me to help her with that, and I think that's really the catalyst of. But that's still important because it helps her develop faster than I could. So there's higher, in that sense, a better potential, I guess. We all have our own strengths, and I've said to her before, like, you're not a mirror of me, you're you. It's not about following someone's shadow, it's about paving your own path, and I think that's important. I can see her being someone who either gets so fed up with the world, a bit like I do, and I talk about things, and she might talk about life and what she's been through, or she might play it a little bit safer, but I still think she'll have a contribution. And I think at the bare minimum, she will try to, I think, help animals, like conservation and things. I don't know what she specifically can do with her life, but I would say, if I'm thinking it could be that way, but she may one day talk about her life and her journey and what she's been through, and it will help other people. Whether she reaches that, I don't know. Whether she's supposed to, I don't know. She has the potential to. Yeah, but again, it's Archangel Michael now. What does Archangel Michael think of her? Got a load over there. Let's just stick to the group we got here for a minute. I don't know what we got. Oh, wow. She's got... Bloody hell. Oh, wow. Shit, man. Don't know what I got for Archangel with Michael and me. I don't think I got this. He's freaking tough with me, man. Yeah. This is beautiful. He sees her as very charismatic, very loving, nurturing. She's fiery, but she's attractive. She's attractive and fiery because she's people magnetize to her, and she brings endings. And someone who is able to, I see the beauty in life because she's reminiscing the past, but I see that as like you see states. It's almost like a ground. I see it as a grounding really within that in terms of your thing. It's okay, Michael, very tough guy, very very tough. And look what you get. Look what she gets. And I said she's got gifts of her own. She has. So what we got on the right hand side then? Oh, not much worse, is it? Freaking hell. Not much different, mate. She's got great stuff over there. And now, justice. She'll bring justice, strength, justice and strength, wish fulfillment, and growing. She hasn't even got anything bad. It's literally all just pointing towards the fact that she's very charismatic. I'm really happy with that. Proud of her. Proud of her. What's he got at the back? Temperance. Healing. I said those sort of things of her. He sees her as a healer. And I'll tell you something that's strange as shit. Sometimes life gets really hard for me. I live alone. Pressure's on me all the time. And it can get quite hard. And sometimes I like down tools and I just get so fed up. And I'm like, I'm not working on anything else for a while. I've had enough. I've just done. And I can get like that, honestly. And weirdly out of nowhere, she will just either send me a text message or call me, and we'll talk for an hour or so, and it just changes my. It just distracts me, and then it helps. And I think she's noticed that as well, like because we've discussed like the timing of it and stuff. It's crazy. And sometimes she says that I feel called to call you quick, like I felt like you needed me to call or something. And that's just weird. Oh, there you go. I was talking about that. What do we get? Oh, the Two of Cups. I had that in the past. That like soulmates aren't always like romantic. They can literally be anybody, friendships and all sorts. But I did get read like a card ages ago saying that she's my soulmate. I think it was through a medium, very gifted individual, who said that she's my soulmate. So literally, we spend lifetimes together, even like each other's lives in lifetimes. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I've explained that to her that it's not a case in this lifetime I'm your father, in another lifetime we might be friends, another lifetime you might be the parent. It's just that's just lifetimes. We're just meant to be in each other's lives, and we're so relatable to each other, and that's what it's pointing towards. Because I mentioned that, didn't I? Like how I feel, and it's like if you look at it, I didn't even notice this straight away. This one here, it's like you feel like again. I said that, didn't I? When I feel really heavy and I feel everything's lost meaning, I give up. Like you want to give up to a degree. All of a sudden, she comes shining through, and then you see what's worth fighting for, and you just see what you're doing it for, and it really sparks. Literally weird. Said that cards come out. Oh wow, and she's my community, man. I am very lucky to have her. She's incredible. World might see her one day. That's if she chooses to, of course. Um, that's beautiful. Let's see now. Again, remember, the Council of Light very strict. What did the Council of Light think of my daughter? Did have a card just come out there? We're going to put it to the side. Literally got. Oh wow! Didn't even notice that one on the very top. Man, well, that's too many. So I'm going to just chuck them over there. We'll deal with it in a minute. Right. So we got straight away. We got this tower moment. So what they think of her? It's interesting because on its own, you would say she destabilizes things, but I see because I know what's coming next. I've seen it. If you actually put them together, it's someone who can overcome so much abrupt change and instability. And I've always felt that, when someone goes through trauma, it either makes them or breaks them. I feel for her, it was always life lessons. So when she's older, she knows what it's like to walk through the depths of hell. And I think that's what it is. She's a purity. She should never have had to experience some of the things she's been through, the upheaval. But, she will always find a way through it. And then after that, we've got, man, I didn't even know that was coming. High Priestess. So that's spiritually connected. So and you got that with the Empress. That's an immense purity. Like you're one with you're one with yourself, literally. So even as tough as this is, she'll always find a way, and she doesn't lose who she is in the process. That's a beautiful thing. So it's almost like the negativity doesn't alter her. She still has this kindness. That's actually really beautiful. Then we had this one just come off, so it's like an adventure. The Three of Wands, yeah. So always moving forward. Then over here we have, oh, for God's sake, so Ten of Pentacles, but then it's like despondent. So this is the Council of Light, for crying out loud. They're really tough with me. They see her as incredibly successful, like ridiculous, but sometimes gets in her own head. But she is an absolute ray of sunshine, and she has so much integrity. It's crazy. She's very honest, speaks her mind. Like, my God, man, this is like, you couldn't even have nicer cards. The only one missing is the star. What's on the back? But it's a star. Oh, she's got karma, judgment. Back of dead judgment. What do they think of her? It's like judgment on the back. Judgment's calling time on situations. So she's someone who, like when situations have to come to an end, they'll come to an end. Yeah. I mean, I've got bloody hell, man. I'm gonna have to tell her about this. And then you know what her attitude would be, because look, she is humble, but she's funny, and she knows her value. I guarantee the first, what she'll say is, of course, of course they do. I'm awesome. That'd be what she says to me. I guarantee it. And I love it because I've been like that her whole life, encouraging her to just see her like absolutely love herself, not from an egotistical way, but genuinely love yourself. So then it's not a surprise when people say they love you or they like you. It's like, she do awesome. Ah, yeah. Look, so like maybe that's the way people feel about them. You know, it's like you get fed up. Back a deck, yeah. Look, competition. People don't like that. Right. Okay. So we've had some bloody beautiful stuff here. Right. What do I need to know about my life moving forward? I think I've maybe I think I've worded the question wrong. Yeah, it's like no, but I thought I worded the question wrong. It's probably saying no, the question's not right. But it could also mean heartbreak, loss. Freaking hell, I think we already know that shit. Something else I wanted to ask in a minute actually about these cards. Right, wait. Oh, generosity, receiving, fast communication. Um, okay, this would be good. Where am I at on my current development? Where am I on my current development? We're going to integrate other decks as well. Well, I'm thinking this deck might not be appropriate for the question. Right, what we can do, I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Well, I think we're going to stop. Ugh, stop on manifestation. Magician. Right. That was over there. That was there. These two go here. Oh, that's nice. All right. So where am I on my current situation? Fast communication. So things are changing. Things are coming in fast. It's very charismatic, inspiring, attractive. So you're attracting things something's coming in quick. So I'm attracting communication that's coming in quickly. So something's coming in. Then we've got following your dreams. That's where I'm up to at the minute, which is interesting. We look at all the work I've done. Then we see this wheels are changing. So something substantial is changing now. It's fate, but it's like a big change in your life, which makes sense when we look at the communication there. And it's bringing balance to a situation. If you look at my situation, it's far from balanced. I put all the work in and there's been no reward. It's now time to balance the situation and it's the wheels changing. That's nice. Then we've got brand new beginning, but it's manifestation. It's you've manifested a brand new beginning. You've you've conjured the magic. You've inspired that change. So it's a leap of faith onto a new beginning, and that's literally where we're up to at the minute. Okay, I'm going to put them all out like this. We're going to have a look at what the back of the deck is. Ah, King of Swords, standing in your truth, your confidence. You know, respecting yourself. That is interesting. Hello. I think my daughters took the shine off me. To be totally honest, her cards were nice, man. I mean, obviously had some nice cards along the way, but god damn, potential she has is outrageous. So let's have a look here. What did I ask? Is it where I am at the minute? Oh, the time is 11:11 at the moment as well. Right. Was it how am I doing at the moment? How am I doing at the moment? Was it what's coming next? Ah, shit, I can't remember the question. Wait a minute. It won't come next. I think it's what's going on at the minute, isn't it? What's coming next? What am I doing at the moment? How am I doing at the moment? Truth. Nice one, mate. Inspiration. Very similar cards. Truth and inspiration. Probably what I'm doing on camera. Be totally honest. Both got a source of light within. Weird the colouring of them. They're both the same. Well, I think that's it. Interesting, because these cards have a lot of different stuff in them. I kid you not. Like, there's all sorts of stuff in this deck. And I get the truth and inspiration together. Very same, similar looking colours as well. Mental. See, the truth is a reflection of self, reflecting things back. But then inspiration comes from within. That's nice. Pretty nice cards there. Let's move them over to this side. This is always good. This is one that throws you for a loop. You will need the cards for this. I mean, the book. But the animal ones, it might take a little bit longer to get a card. They usually do. They're such big and there's so many cards in the deck. So to get the right card to come out, who knows which one it is out of that lot. How am I currently doing at the moment? Just say you can't with these cards. It sometimes takes absolutely ages because they're just so chunky. You have to just you can't even do it fast. But I think that was the cards, to be honest. The fact they come out that quick is quite mad. That is mad. But we've got 3 now. Was it 4? 3. So we start off with the flamingo. Embrace the in between. So the in between could be the difference between spirituality and earthbound existence. It can also be the in between where you're at the minute. The fact that you're not, which I think is probably to do with both, but I think probably more to do with the fact that I've worked hard. I've not seen the results. It's saying just enjoy it. And I keep getting signs of this, like rest at the moment, because that's what you're supposed to be doing. You're not supposed to be working so hard. You've already put the work in. Allow the universe to make things work out. So, I mean, that's what I see that as, which is kind of weird because I get that sign anyway. Be peace. We've already got inspiration and truth, and now it's saying be peace. They're like self-explanatory. Spirit has a plan. I just said that with this. Yes, spirit has a plan. I think they're self-explanatory. We probably don't even need the book. I mean, pieces make sense. We already know that. Embrace empathy. Yeah, we're not going to do the book with that. It's just time-consuming. We don't really need to extend it. Let's see this one now. This one I do like. This one. This one is the deities and things. So it's interesting what we get. I usually get divine orchestra and all sorts. It's more like divinely guided. But let's see what comes up. Where am I currently at on my journey? Where am I currently at? Oh no, is it how am I currently doing? How am I currently doing? don't feel like anything's coming, to be honest. I don't know. I'll tell you what, I'm going to word it different. I think the question's wrong. Which cards match where I'm at in my current journey? Well, they're bouncing now. Which cards match where I am in my current journey? Nothing coming out before, was it? Well, I think we've called it quits here. I feel like one more could come out, but, well, they did. Right, so we started off with this one, the Miriam, Sacred Vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. Just kind of like make peace with your situation, really. What got you where you are. And there's a reason for everything. Then we had, Mary Magdalene. I had used to get this one quite a lot. Mary Magdalene. This one is Teacher Awakens. We've already got that with the inspiration, the truth. It says you have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. What have I done with the books? What I'm doing now? Get chills. This one's Hilarion, Divine Healing. Honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. That's interesting because I'm getting the fact that you're in a recharging state. You're supposed to be resting at the moment, but I can heal others, which is kind of what I've been doing through the work I do. So that's pretty mental. What we got is a bonus. I've got a load of Oracle cards. I could use some of the other decks. We're going to go on with this one now because I want to try it out because I haven't used it in ages. And I've just looked at it and I thought, you know what? I think now's the time. Pretty cool, isn't it? Look, the Yogic Path. The deck I wanted for a long time, but it's a complicated deck. The cards are not. You could argue some are self-explanatory. You get this wonderful book. It's going to be go funny again, but it's a great screen. Really nice. It's a really beautiful package. This deck, like ridiculously beautiful. Yeah, I've got nowhere to put anything. Right, it's got boxes everywhere. May these cards bridge you to your highest self. Might take a little while for cards to come out because I don't use them a lot. I have got a psychic gifts deck I could have used, but I'm not going to bother with that one here. Look at the deck, man. You won't know, but they look beautiful. They are. It's incredible. How am I currently doing on my journey? I thought that one wanted to come out. I'm going to keep that one. I don't normally do that if they don't fly out. Other people just pick them at random and stuff. I like them to fly out, but because that jumped and stayed pointing upwards, I was like, yeah, I think that one, whatever that one is, I think wanted to come out. But it bounced and just stayed forward, you know? Might just be the one card. But it might take a little while for my energy to interact with it. It's quite a while. We'll probably shuffle a little bit longer so my energy can touch all the cards. If I shut my eyes or anything, I'll just to explain that. Sometimes I shut my eyes to focus and I'll just keep repeating the question a little bit in my mind. Maybe ask another 3 times, specifically the same question over and over, uh, just to reaffirm that's what I want the answer to. Okay, I've got way more cards than I thought I was going to get. Right, okay, so we've got a few here. This can be really hard for me to get the answers as well, by the way, because the book's a nightmare to look through. We've got Atman. We'll do our own little interpretation based on what we're seeing. Atman, look to me, it comes across very much like the Hierophant in the tarot. It might be like that. So that if it is that, that would say you're, it's very spiritual because you're sitting there, it's in line and sync. But again, it's spiritual leader. If it is what I think it is, Bhakti. I see that as life. It's transitional because usually butterflies are transitional, but they do signify life as well, don't they? But it's usually transformational. So that way I see it's like your life is being transformed. This one here, Buddhi seems at peace. Very zen. You know, I see that one as a peace one. We'll see if they do, of course. And then we've got this one here, which is quite strange. Someone's got their head off. They've got a conflict. It's almost like, why have they got? They're standing on a couple. It seems like a romantic couple they're standing on with their heads decapitated and all sorts of shit. It's some weird stuff, this one. I'm not really sure the meaning of that because you've got the sun in the background. Maybe it's conflict or something. I'm not really sure. So we're going to have to be a bit patient with this one because it's going to be hard. I want to do it in the order that we got them, though. So it was Atman. That was last. Make sure nothing's turned off. Right, Atman. Where's the Atman? That was the one where I said I think it's a spiritual leader or teacher. It's just, what it is, it's color coordinated rather than alphabetical. So if you can find the right color, which I'm not sure if they're all the same color or not. So annoying. It's just not in the right order. Yeah, so some are considered chakras, some are called the yogic. I think these are the spirituality cards, maybe. No, they're not. What does it come under? Maybe it's the back section. Wait a minute. I think it's the back section because they're color coded and mine all look like they might be this brownie color one. Tapas. No. Deities. Oh, God. They're not deities. This book is horrible in terms of like the Atman. Well, it is horrible to go through it. It's unreal they didn't just do it. Oh, this is easier. It's a bloody pages. Atman 24. I didn't know do that. Okay, you get a table of contents. Just go through that in the part. Oh, all this time. So we need 24. Comes under spirituality. Atman. Infinite aspect of the soul. So I considered this one the spiritual teacher, didn't I? It says, blessed soul, you have now begun to see glimpses of the divinity that exists within you. There's so much more to experience. You are filled with limited potential and have realized that the only obstacles that exist are within the mind. You have reached a deeper connection to your higher self, the immortal aspect of your existence, the very seed of your soul, Atman. Your meditation has unveiled hidden depths to your true being, allowed you to experience the vastness that exists inside you. You have become aware that you are a microcosm of the greater macrocosm, a reflection of the universe. Now bring this expansiveness into the everyday and watch your life unfold. So it's saying you're one with yourself. Quite beautiful. And then we got Bhakti BH. Hopefully this is this one because it's not. Well, we're going to have to go back to the beginning to find out what that one is. Bhakti BH. Bhakti. Okay, this is all alphabetical. It's easier this way. 81. It's well away from that. We're here now. Bhakti. Devotion. You've begun walking on the path of devotion. You're devoted to something greater than yourself, your body, your possessions, or your desires. This dedication is to the divine. What did I say at the beginning? That is outrageous. Now is the time to ask yourself, what does divinity mean to me? When do I feel close to divine? Paths to yoga, the bhakti, include devotional mantras, meditations, and prayers to the gods and goddesses, offering services to those in need, and spending time in nature. The selfless path of yoga bhakti takes you to the greatest ecstasy of all, the bliss of devoting yourself to spirit. What have I said earlier? That's exactly what I've done. Buddhi. Wait a minute. Buddhi spirituality 27. There's before Buddha. A bit of a ringing in my ear there. Don't worry, right here. Inner wisdom intellect. Wise one, you are now remembering what you were born with, all the answers that you were seeking. You have realized life is not about learning, but rather relearning, letting go of the illusions so we can remember our innate solutions. You have silenced the chattering of the mind to allow the whispers of the soul to speak, and are now beginning to truly read the vast textbooks that exists inside you. This is the time to rewrite your story, authored by the greater wisdom of your soul, Buddhi. These are what the pages look like, by the way. They're really nice. We've got last one is the Chinnamaster. It's a crazy one, this one. God knows what that means. Deities 113. There it is. Just you can see there. That's the page to. I could have done that on all of them really. Goddess of radical self transcendence. You're waking up and experiencing the radical pleasures of letting go. Chidamaster, the headless goddess, has come to guide you in this massive state of transformation as you turn passion into spiritual energy. Kundalini, primal energy, is rising, and you have given up a role you once carried to step up more fully into your power. Don't fear in this state of transition. Chidamaster's gift is to transmute the darkest times into the most powerful of energies. Carry her fierceness as you tear off a former head you once had and experience the inner peace that comes with being divinely yourself. That they all point towards similar things, weren't they? Quite mad that like the fact that you got three cards all saying similar. So what we're gonna do, what I want to do really is put them back. I've got to keep them all together. Wait a minute, I've got to make sure they're the right way around and all sorts. I think oh that's a different deck, isn't it? What deck's that? Oh, they're there. Just say I'm getting well lost. Wait a minute. What's this way around? Right, because I don't want to mess about. I want to keep these together. So what do I want to do? Don't forget, I'm asking where I'm at. I want to go. I want to know what comes next. Let's see what comes next, and then we'll wrap it up. Right, we've got that. I'm getting lost. Is that the animals? Right, that's the animals. Let's keep the animals together. Let's move my book out of the way for now. Don't need that in the way. Put these over here, so I've got some sort of structure. Right, we need to put the teachers together. We'll just shuffle them all once just to get them mixed. Mixed in. Animals need to get mixed in. All right, mate. Mixed in. Then we're going to mix in the. Is it what we call spell casting ones? I like them deck. And of course, we'll do the same with these. Right. Let me just clear this mess up. Got dry skin. It's a freaking nightmare. Right, just do one little shuffle just to make sure they. These deck is so small compared to the other ones now. Right. Wait. Before I do this, I know we've got quite a way in here, but the point is, it's just this is the sort of thing I can do in my own life to find answers to various aspects, people in my life, things for myself, my connection to source, the spirit. And I don't need to go to someone else to get these answers. I'm not in some temple. I'm not in some sort of religious, like church. I'm not having a tarot reading with another individual. I'm literally connecting to source spirit independently on my own. So really, the point is, other people can then do the same too. Doesn't cost anything to connect to our guides. That's my point. But in my life, I think we're gonna do. What's coming next in my life? What's something else I want to do? I want to do this other deck, but I'm not going to bother. Not the best. More struggles by the look of it. Jesus. All right, okay, throw them a minute. There's too many. Them ones went nuts. This is how it started. Hangman. Conflict. There's one underneath which would suggest that comes first. Life's hard right now. I'm just putting that in perspective. You know, it does get lonely, but I can handle that to a degree. But the finances, just, for me, are absolutely exhausting. If I'm honest, like it's actually outrageous right now. Trying to blend two worlds, it's just impractical sometimes. This makes sense, right? Okay, move them to the way at the minute. Initially, I thought they were negative cards, but it does make sense. But then at the same time, it's supposed to be what's coming next. Like, if it's coming next, it don't seem to be improving anytime bloody soon, does it? keep them to the side a minute. Let's just do here for a minute. So it's a moment of pause. If you actually look at like where I'm at the minute, my life is paused. I finished my book. What do I do next? I need money. I have to look at traditional ways to make money. It's frustrating because I put all this work into myself. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, I get so fed up with this. So it's saying it's like conflict. It's competition. You're conflicted. It's exhausting. But literally, you are the King of Pentacles. So I am a leader. I am successful. So it doesn't matter what the material side, like even like how I feel defeated. Sometimes it's like you are this. But it's like, but my exterior doesn't represent that. That's the annoying thing. But I mean, there's. I mean, what was that the other way around? That was the other way around. So anyway, what's coming next? So the success should come. You're working hard with no reward. You know, it's just been exhausting. Just work, work, work. But then there's this innocence, fun that's going to come, but also balanced with maturity. So you've got this innocence, but you've also got maturity. So it's not, you know, all completely free spirited. There's a level of experience, I guess, with that. But then you've got there's a fast, exciting offer. So something's going to come and it's exciting. But it's going to be very successful, like ridiculously successful. And that's interesting because after that, we've also got an awful lot of weight on my shoulders. And weirdly enough, if I'm just going to say that now, the signs I've had leading up to all of this was this is your quiet, as frustrated as it is at the moment, this is your like quiet peace time because things are going to get heavier soon. Things are going to pick up. I think that's what that points to. Like your success is going to come, but it's going to be a higher workload. So, and then we got these other cards. So I didn't want to look at them because they just went. You know, I mean, sometimes I think you get too many. So we're just going to look at it and just see what it is. So it's talking about the fact that some truth, some clarity, but then stuck in your head, it's going to feel overwhelming. But it's like inspired action. And then you've got the tower. So your life's going to change completely. And you're going to go within for answers, figure it out, and it's going to be again financial independence. So it's going to be successful, but there's ups and downs. Keep them there. Interesting. Nothing's ever simple in my life. Let me put it that way. Fucking egg. Actually, it was this one, wasn't it? What's coming next in my life? I'm straight away thinking the answers card. All these cards in the deck, and I'm just thinking the answers. I'll tell you what is weird. You'll see for yourself in a moment. Right, I'm going to stop in a sec. I'm not going to keep shuffling just to get the answers card. That's too stupid. Right, that'll do. What's interesting here is we've got the dreams. So we've got dreams, which is the name of my book. If I haven't thrown it too far away, what's coming next? Follow your dreams. And a similar colour. That's mad. So what's coming next? Dreams, but also travel. And I've got a lot of signs about travel as well. Crazy. And we've got one more card, and that is closure. I want to get closure on things in my life. Travel and dreams. That's nice. Remember before was very similar colours as well. And the other ones were very similar, weren't they? At the moment, it was about truth and inspiration. But what's coming next is you're going to be traveling, following your dreams, and things are going to improve. Even though it's going to seem challenging, which is probably where the closure comes as well. Let's do the animal one first. What's coming next in my life? That one I'm going to take again because it bounced. It's weird. They bounce and then lift forward. So it doesn't just bounce, it bounces and it makes itself so obvious. You're thinking, no, I need that. That must be relevant. Well, I think it's going to be the one. It ain't always going to be multiple cards. I don't want to sit here just shuffling until something bounces again. It's like, if it ain't coming, it ain't coming. Right. Lex shuffles it. This is the last shuffle. The reason I say it's the last shuffle is so my guides know. Wait a minute. Oh, dries my ears up when it and things. And then they know if you're going to give me cards now or never. Tend to the small things. Interesting. That's quite interesting because if life gets busier and things get a bit overwhelming or feel a bit exciting, it's like don't keep it. Make it make sense. Tend to the small things. Let's try and find some clarity to that card specifically. Number 40, that card is as well. Whether that's relevant to anything. 20, 36, 40. Some people really do hone in on numbers as well. 40 mouse spirit. Just so you can see there, look, mouse spirit. The humble mouse pays attention to the smallest details. Mouse spirit calls on you to notice the nuances and the fine print at this time. Interesting, because I did hear about, look, I've got signs about contracts. In your eagerness to meet your goals and pursue your dreams, what? It is easy to forget the importance of clear communication attending to little things, including people's subtle signs that they are unhappy, as well as a small voice inside of you that says, this doesn't feel right. Take your time to sniff out what you need to know. Is there some detail or nuance about how you engage others or operate in the world that is key to your success, but you're too readily dismissed as nothing big or nothing special? Mouse Spirit reminds you that what seems small may be more important and powerful than you think. So look again. Do not underestimate yourself or your potential for co-creating something amazing when you pay attention to the details. I don't know if there's a little bit extra at the end because sometimes it waffles on and then you can find this nice little bit at the end. Small gestures carry great power right now. And maybe you need to take action toward discovering what is going on that you may not be seeing, or toward mending a relationship or a situation. Ask a question, do a little research, and listen for mouse spirits' quiet little squeak telling you, look here, attend to this detail. Effectively, it's saying, look for the signs as well, Interested? So we've got that. I think we've just got this deck now and then the yogic one. What's coming next in my life? Picturing the Jesus card now, not because it's Jesus specifically, but I think he comes across, he represents healing and freedom. Oh Christ! Right, okay, we're just gonna go with the two for now. We'll move these over. I'm not sure we need them. It's just mad. They all flew together. So we've got Diana. Wait a minute. Two feminines, by the way. Two feminine energies. This one, Diana or Diana. It says focused intention. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. So it's pointing towards success, and it's saying strive for the whatever you dream of. Really, pretty much, isn't it? Then we've got Lady Venus. Downloads and understanding. Spiritual. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. That's actually really nice. Plus, they both got this green background, which I think green would say wealth. Oh, you can't see it. That's why the green's gone. But yeah, they're green backgrounds. They're really nice together. And they're quite polarizing, actually. When you look at them, I know we can't see the green there, but one's got like blondie white hair. The other one's got brown hair. It's just it's almost like they're opposites of each other. One's got this symbol, a moon upside down symbol there. The other one's got this crystal on their chest or coming out the chest. So it's like purity of the heart. That's what this one shows. And then this one is looks like more of like an elf, if you like, if you're going to go that way. And this one's more of a warrior because you've got the arrows. It's just weird that they're just like, it seems opposite. So one's focused intention and one's downloads and understanding. So it's almost like one's action and one's more deceiving. I like that. Right, this load here, I'm not gonna. We can't possibly. Odin, Divine Protector, Charity, Mercury. We'll say what they are. I don't think they're as significant as these two. So we've got Mercury, open communication. Again, that's green. Get a weight off your chest. Speak up with love and be heard. I think I've been doing that. Charity, prayer and contemplation. Connect with heaven. Ask, you shall receive. Again, corresponds with the other one. Divine director. Used to get this one a lot. Intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring now that you are being guided. Know that you're being guided. Happiness is your purpose. Odin. Psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. I can't even say this name. Melchizedek. Higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. So there's always room for growth. That's pretty much what they're saying. Doesn't matter how evolved you are, there's always room for more. So it's like put it into practice and things. Right. What's coming next in my life? About the cards we've got all over the place. Normally I take photos. I'm not bothering this time. It's too much. That's a weird one. Oh, Karma. Very strange looking card though. So what's coming next? Karma. I think that's it, Nothing else. Last time I had quite a few, but it doesn't mean we're going to get a few every time. No. All right. I mean, a couple of them are like moving up and down, but not enough to do anything. They're not really moving. Oh, that one nearly went. I should have probably took that one. Oh, well. If it was to come, it'd be on the next couple of shuffles. If it doesn't, it won't. This one is the last one then. Nope. Not going to bounce. Not going to have it. Right, go. Where's the deck? Is it in there, the book? I'm just trying to think. Did I take all the cards out now? There's some cards at the bottom. Let me just. I don't think them cards are in the pack. Wait a minute. It might be why they didn't come out. Let me just try again. What's coming next in my life? Wow, there was more cards to come. Right. That's outrageous. Right, one's on the floor. We're going to deal with that in a minute if I remember it's there. I don't want to sort of lose track of what we're doing here. Got cards everywhere now. Jesus. Come on, man. Right, forget that for a minute. Focus on this one. So Karma was first. Pretty sure this one came out before the subverted one. Hudeman. This is some weird looking cards, I kid you not. Just to put in context, we've got Karma. This weird looking one. Some strange cards. All very dull colours. I'll give them that. They're very dull coloured compared to some of the other cards you can get. You know what I mean? So hopefully it's half decent because this isn't looking great. I mean, this one's got planetary alignment. Or this actually the sun and the moon, and it's got a sun on its chest. So I'm guessing you're seeing this transition. This one's got a butterfly in the back of it, and it's got an eye at the front. It's a very strange looking card. I'm thinking that's some sort of alignment. And we all know what karma itself is. What the card represents is a strange one. I think karma's about like seeing, like you being, everything you do is seen. So there's a reaction to everything. That's what I think with that one. We're going to see with the deck. What was that? Kapha. That's a weird one, but it's got flowers, so things are blossoming, and you've got this sun at the top, which usually is a positive sign. And that was last, so that's an interesting change to. I don't know what you'd call that. I had the word in my head. I don't know, some art expression, but I think I can't think of it. Let's do this then. So we're going to do karma. Do it from the book. Let's just do it as fast as we can. Karma 23. Here you go. Just to show. Karma. Positive karma. You've done a lot of good work on this planet. The universe is rewarding you in her favors. Life feels a little easier, a little more colorful, a little more beautiful. You are walking on the path towards your Dharma, which creates the greatest karma one can experience. By saying yes to the purpose of your soul, you are saying yes to the greatest power of the universe. Continue devoting your life to the service of spirit, and life will continue to unfold in wonders. It's wonders. That's pretty cool. And then we got the Hanuman. I've got no idea what that is. Hanuman. Deities. He's a deity. That's a deity. That should be significant then. 1, 2, 5. Well, I think it's right at the back. I think like the last one. Actually, I think it might. If it ain't, it's very close to. I think it's the very last one in the book. That is the final deity. It might be significant. Hanuman represents the evolved mind and the potential we all have to no longer be enslaved to our faults, but rather surpass them. When Lord Rama asks Hanuman, "How do you look upon me?" Hanuman answers, "When I believe I am the body, then I am your faithful servant. When I know I am the soul, I know myself to be a spark of your eternal light. And when I have the vision of truth, you and I, my Lord, are one and the same." To draw upon Hanuman symbolizes you are aware of this truth. You are more than your physical body, your ego self, your personality, your soul. I'm getting a huge chill down the side here. The truth is that you are the divine, as we all are, split from the same source. Continue to practice meditative states where you are reminded of this universal truth to aid in your evolvement. Then we've got this one called Svadhyaya. Svadhyaya? Svadhyaya. I don't know what that means. Svadhyaya. Oh, it's yoga. It's part of yoga. Side 89. Savardya. This that one. It's the astral alignment one. I thought. Self study. We were each born with a book of infinite wisdom, stories, intentions, and emotions. This book is our own consciousness. If we take the path to truly studying the self, we will never become bored with our findings. Instead of trying to acquire more information, take the focus inward. These are cosmoses in your consciousness you have yet to venture into that have more beauty than any artwork, more mystery than your favorite thriller, more magnificence than all earthly creations. However, the passport required to reach these vistas is stillness. Through withdrawing from external stimulus, you can move into the true stimulus, the world inside and beyond you. So obviously it's going look within, like deep within though, like deeply do it. Transformative. Kappa 35. There it is. It's that one with the flowers and stuff. The earthly dosha, grounding, nurturing, and heavy. You are grounded into Earth's energy and carry its subtle calmness, which makes others naturally gravitate toward you. You bring peace, understanding, and comfort to your community and are the shoulder anyone can lean on. You embody Earth's wisdom and are anchored to her vast life force. You may have created a life or envisioning one that will bring you great contentment and stability, a true home surrounded by people you love. You do not need to search for more. The deepest peace you will find is where you are. Just remember, never to become too attached to anything, as all is temporary. That's interesting. I'll talk about that, the fact that everything's temporary and, life always moves forward with different chapters and shouldn't attach ourselves to things because, you know, we don't need half the things we think we need. We actually just want things rather than need. One thing I would do quick because I think it'd be nice to add. I wasn't going to do it. I think it's that one. Let me just get my card. Specific deck I want. This deck. Oh, you'll have to get a chair comfortable. Right. Okay. This one is interesting. This one's more like psychic development, spiritual gifts. We may need the book for it as well. So because we're doing this one, I'll do the card after. We're doing it backwards. No, you know what? We'll do it my way. We do it my way. Um, Where am I currently at in my development? Where am I currently at? God, mental, mate. Leave that there. They're a bit bent. For some reason, I don't know why. In that case, they don't sit properly. I said loads. I only went 2 cards. No, it's 3 cards. There's another one. Right, we've got Star Gathering. This is current energy. Yeah, so the other reading has all been next, but I want to do this one before we go over to next. Star Gathering, stars aligned, remembering home, soul family. That's beautiful. Then we've got Halls of Amenti initiation, secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, initiations. Then we've got Orion activation, supernova, recreation, renewal, rebirth by light. That's really interesting. So we're going to just do this quick star gathering. These should be in the right order. You just got to do alphabetical. Stargate Hearts. It's going to be the next one, isn't it? Star gathering. There's something powerful about looking up into the midnight sky, seeing that vast openness. We recognize that we are part of something that is beyond our understanding. This card brings that feeling directly to us, that feeling of utter connectedness to the stars, where we fall in and out of the dream state and wonder about the meaning of life, the universe, and everything. Star Gathering is a powerful card. It's the energy of home. Before we joined the cycle of life as a human being, we were part of the cosmos. And that feeling of being connected to the stars is a memory of what we were before. This card reminds us that we have star power and star potential, but we are not the only star in the world. For when we switch on our light, we attract more star energy and even our own star family. Um, the stars have aligned. You have found the lost pieces of yourself and your energy, and now is your time to shine. You are magnetic, attracting people, energies, and opportunities that will allow your dreams to unfold. This is the time of wishes fulfilled. All of your dedication, focus, and dreaming has paid off. Now you can reap the rewards. It's important for you to know that this plane of existence is your rightful place, and not to spend. Oh, I don't think we're going to find that. Too much time trying to transcend this reality. For you chose to be here at this time. Make the most of this powerful opportunity. If you are feeling particularly connected to certain individuals at this time, it's because you are finding your star family, beings you connected with before you entered the cycle of physical incarnation. And as long as you are connected to yourself, you are home. That's actually really nice. Then we've got the halls of learning. No, we ain't learning. It's a mentee. Halls of a mentee initiation. This one. The halls of Amenti are sacred learning space that were energetically transported by Thoth from Atlantis to the spiritual plane before Atlantis came to an end. It is said that the portal to this etheric retreat is energetically connected to the Great Pyramid of Giza. Many people believe that the physical remains of these halls can be found there. We don't have to physically visit Egypt to access their energies, though. The halls of Amenti are said to have been the home of Emerald Tablet. They are a space of ancient mysteries in service to the expansion of humanity. On this card, you will see 2 pillars, an echo of the 2 pillars that have been found in sacred places throughout history. The black pillar represents the physical world, and the white represents the spiritual, indicating that this sacred space is between the worlds. If you feel called to these halls, or they seem oddly familiar, there is a chance you have visited them in dream time or even before this incarnation. Weirdly enough, it said that you are between worlds. My previous reading, I had that in between thingy, wasn't it? It's the space in between. You're in a deep initiatory chamber at this time. You might feel that things are heavy and challenging, but know that a reconfiguration is happening energetically. You are going through initiation that will allow you to go beyond the fears of the ego, transcend the limitations of the physical realm. You might not feel the light is present because you are in the middle of this phase at the moment, but know that it is present within you. You might be feeling frustrated or overwhelmed, But a lot of this anxiety is actually old energies that were stored in the depths of your body being released so that your vibration can rise. Then we've got Orion. More excited about what's coming next, to be totally honest. M- it must be the next one. Orion. When I say the present ones, I just see it as more of a confirmation. And then the next one's like what I actually get to see what's coming next, you know? Um, Orion is one of the best known constellations in the night sky. Its name is Greek for hunter, and its stars can be seen as a figure with a sword accompanied by a dog, Sirius. At the center of the constellation, three stars, Alnitak, Anilium, and Mintica, appear in a belt like formation. To the south of Orion's belt, there's a nebula that has revealed much about how stars and planetary systems are formed. The best way to describe this space is a star nursery. During a star's last evolutionary stages, it explodes into a supernova, which provides the perfect space for a new star to be born. The Orion constellation is home to a number of higher beings, many of whom are dedicated to the evolution of our planet. Even though the idea of the constellation being a hunter may make it seem highly masculine, its energies are in fact similar to those of the Lemurians, and its inhabitants therefore honor all beings. The beings of Orion are in fact sacred space holders who help all of those with star power and star potential to make the changes required to become the most ascended and aware form of themselves. All of your fears and setbacks are being stripped from your energy now. It's essential for your old way of being to fall away and for you to go through a process of renewal in order to move forward. The old stories of your life aren't yours to live out or live up to. You are far greater than these limiting experiences. The beings of Orion are surrounding you right now, and they see you as one of them, someone who has been born with the knowledge that they can live with great purpose and make a real difference to the world, whether on a global scale or in a particular corner of the planet. When you draw this card, you're being reminded that you have infinite star potential. I got a star a few times in the reading, didn't I? And I got goosebumps then. Um, wasn't going to mention the goosebumps because they mentioned star yet again. I just thought, well, that makes sense. Okay, okay, what's coming next for me? What's coming next for me? I've had this one in the past. Might just be that one, to be honest. Right, two more come out there. Let's focus on this one first. We got the Gaia Gateway activation, learning experiences, wisdom transmission, Earth intelligence. Beautiful card. We've got these two. So then we've got this Lemurian seed codes. We just had about Lemuria. They literally just said that. Embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, living with grace. That is well weird, considering we just spoke about Lemuria. Jesus. Then we got this one, something activation, transcendence, ascension, you are rising up. So these are what's coming next. It's actually quite beautiful, I think, personally. Especially with this gateway one, the Gaia gateway. I like that. Beautiful. So let's have a look. Quickly get through this cards. Gaia gateway activation. Right, so the Gaia gateway is the chakra that connects us directly with the mind and intelligence of Mother Earth. The chakra is not very well known, but is now being acknowledged as one of the key energetic spaces we can connect to activate the ascension process. For many years, the ascension has been thought of as moving beyond the limitations of the body, transcending the physical realm. But it is, in fact, the process of becoming present in the body in full awareness of the spirit within. The Gaia Gateway is found below our feet under the Earth Star Chakra. But when we're connecting to it, it's best to imagine it in the center of the Earth. The best way to describe it is a wormhole or portal in the center of the Earth that allows us to connect directly with the non physical intelligence of Gaia, the spiritual presence of planet Earth. The Earth is a highly spiritual, intelligent, aware being. She has lived through many challenges and experiences that have led her to where she is today. No matter what has been served up to her or how many of us have mistreated her, she has found a way to survive and thrive. Sometimes it is not our role to know how everything will unfold. When we draw this card, it's a reminder to trust the plan. The wisdom of Gaia is with you at this time. You can enjoy the natural expansion that is taking place. You may have a tendency to go traveling and look to the stars for answers, but realize that the planet you call home has much to offer too. You have chosen to be here. This may not be easy to accept, especially if your current reality is a harsh one, but your current experiences are vital for your growth. The Earth herself cannot escape the challenges that she is facing at this time. Learn from her strength, learn from her yearning for a better future. Come back to her. She is your chosen home. That's interesting. It's about grounding and just, accepting what's going on really rather than fight it and learn through. Then we got the Mer. I think Mer. The Baka. Yeah, that's the diamondy looking one. Merkaba and Merkaba are ancient Egyptian and Hebrew words relating to the ascension process of the soul. I mentioned ascension, didn't it, somewhere? The Hebrew Merkaba and Merkaba means chariot or vehicle, most commonly associated with the prophet Ezekiel's vision of angels traveling on or in spheres of light. In ancient Egyptian, Mer means light, Ka means spirit, and Ba means body. With these three words, when these three words are put together, the idea is that life engulfs the spirit and body, and there is an opportunity to rise up. The symbol of the Merkaba is the star. I can't say the name. The eight-pointed star is simply the three-dimensional extension of a hexagram, a symbol that is strongly associated with the Hebrew and Egyptian mystery schools. In modern spirituality, the Merkaba is acknowledged as the light body or the vehicle that we can activate for the ascension process. It has been said that it is surrounded by an eight-pointed star, and when we're aligned on a spiritual level, the star spins at great speed, creating a sphere of unbreakable light around us. This sphere of light can help us move beyond the dimensions. While we are having a human experience, it creates a portal into the divine matrix so that we can connect with guidance and walk the path of light. You're raising your vibration and becoming magnetic to the presence and wisdom of light. You're in a space of ascension. The ascension process isn't about leaving this incarnation or dimension, but about finding harmony within it. All of the attention, love, and care you have been giving to your body are supporting your spiritual journey. A powerful gateway of light is surrounding you now, allowing you to connect with the divine matrix of ancient wisdom. It's important for you to be aware of the information, energy, and downloads you're receiving. All that's coming through is supporting your expansion. You're moving up a level. It's time to fly higher. This is nice. It's talking about ascension, isn't it? And it's like, that makes sense where I'm at, to be totally honest. HJKL. Lemurian. The Lemurian seed codes. That's where I got the Lemuria from, because obviously the card itself is the Lemuria. But I think something else. I think the Gaia one even mentioned Lemuria, or one of them did. Or was it on the previous reading? Anyway, Lemurian seed codes. Lemuria was a civilization that was in the middle of the Pacific Ocean in ancient times. The inhabitants of this sacred land lived in complete harmony with nature, had a connection with every living being, similar to the movie Avatar. The inner vision was fully activated to the point where it is thought that the pineal gland was fully developed and they could see for hundreds of miles in every direction, in a similar way to the sonar of dolphins and whales. The majority operated from their heart space, honoring one another and nature so much that when the civilization came to an end through a cataclysmic, how do you say that? Cataclysmic event. Most likely the plates of the earth shifting, causing volcanic eruptions and a tsunami. Most of them ascended. It is said that these highly attuned beings knew that their civilization would end and decided to send healing waves into another part of the world for future civilizations to benefit from. They telepathically channeled their frequencies into a thought form that would become crystals that would be found thousands, possibly millions of years later. These Lemurian seeds are a type of quartz crystals mostly found in Brazil and Colombia. They're powerful crystals with, I don't know what the word is, striations similar to barcodes engraved on their faces. They have a feminine, receptive energy that is said to help us step into a more feminine way of being in order to help the evolution of the species. You are a highly sensitive being. You might feel that this is a curse, but this card is here to let you know that it is a gift. It indicates that you have spent lifetimes upon lifetimes living with a giant shield up to stop the world seeing the real you. But you're a highly unique soul with incredible gifts that are worth sharing. Through embracing your uniqueness, you can help many others embrace their own. This lifetime is a more graceful existence with less defense and more trust. It's not about protecting yourself, but stepping into the space of surrender and revealing your true self, which is exactly what I've done. If you look at the books, it's actually what I've been doing. Um, so yeah, it's quite beautiful, isn't it? I mean, I could ask about like so many areas of life. You could just go one way or another, here, there, and there, everywhere, you know. But we've got way too long, 2 hours 20 minutes. I don't expect anyone to have watched it, but you know, hopefully it's given. If they have, hopefully it's given it's given you insights. I think pushing it any longer than this would be ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, like I say, I incorporate all this in my life. I don't do it every day. But there's just periods when I want answers, you know, and it might be some periods, like maybe there's a month where I ask quite a lot for about 2 weeks and just get into it. And it might be I go now 2 or 3 months without asking anything. And it might be times when I'm asking regularly, you know, so it just goes round in, oh, I've gone the wrong way there. It goes round in circles. Depends whether you feel the need to connect, because sometimes I prefer to just experience. I don't really need to be interfered with at the minute. Let me just create. And then I create. And then there'll be times when I want some answers, really. Or I just want to connect to spirit, to source, and know what they're thinking. Sometimes I like that, just to know what they think, really. And it's always nice to recognize the alignment. That always feels quite special. Like if I'm thinking something and I think, you know what, that's what I need to be doing, and then I do the cards and it points towards exactly the same thing. It's like, well, there you go, I knew it. So you get some really nice confirmations as well. Sometimes you get some surprises, not always for the good, sometimes bad. You know, like I might think this decision's all right. You know, maybe that's my ego talking, and then I get my cards and ask, and then spirit gives me a check, gives me a reality check to say no, 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 and it makes me have a little bit of a redirect because as even annoyed as I can get at times, I know they always have our absolute best at heart, and going against them always has will have a repercussion or consequence that best avoid, really. So we can be our own worst enemy, you know. So I think the more you delve into your life and even especially spirit, the quicker you transcend, in my opinion, to what it is you're actually trying to do with your life, rather than fight against it. You know. I've got two more here. Look. But yeah, it's been quite mental, hasn't it? I mean, it's gonna be interesting when I finish this because I've got to go and talk. You have to explain because I like to keep my daughter informed of things, you know, and I think there was a beautiful reading for her. So I'll tell her, I guarantee, even though um, she's off school today, she's not feeling well, caught something off someone. So now she's not well, but she's just going to be resting at home. But I guarantee, as soon as I message her, tell her some of the beautiful things that come, the first thing she's going to do is ring me immediately. She won't want a to and fro text message. She might say, you know, or I say, obviously, I'm awesome. And she doesn't do it in an egotistical way. Do you know what I mean? It's quite adorable. But then I'm guarantee, as soon as she sends the message, if she even bothers to send that message, she'll probably be straight on the phone because she want to know all the juice immediately. She's very much like me. We lack patience. Both of us hate patience. So, like for instance, if I sent her something the other day. I said, you're going to get an Amazon delivery. She doesn't like waiting for anything, like to know. And I'm not very good at holding a secret. So I have to ask her straight up, like, do you want to know, or do you rather just be surprised when you open it? Because it'd be nice to have a surprise, but you've already piqued my curiosity now. That's how she talks. So now I want to know now. I'm like, well, you better be sure. And she goes, yeah, now. And then she knows, but it's like her mind wouldn't rest if she couldn't, and it just drive her mad. And it's not worth making her suffer like that, you know. So as long as she understands that she misses out on the other, because I mean, either way, it's a surprise, isn't it? You're telling them it's a surprise. I know I've got off track there, but that's what her personality is like. To point out that when we finished up here, that's what I anticipate. Um, Hopefully, it's been insightful. Like I said, I don't do these sort of videos very often. I don't really, you know, because some of it is quite private. You know, it's for me. Like, so I do a lot of this in my background on my own in the background. I don't always get all the decks out. I always have my tarot ones and we'll ask a question, you know. But I think sometimes just sharing it with people, hopefully, it'll open up the connection for others, you know. So it's like it's not about being influenced by all those around you. You know, if someone have a limited mindset, they're only going to try and force you to have a limited mindset. So there'll be people that ridicule and joke, but it's because they don't understand. Really, they're just fearing change and the fact that they don't understand it. So they'd rather make someone else feel small and question themselves. Does anyone really think, honestly, that I'm going to question the signs I've had, the consistency of those signs, and the fact that I've had very similar signs along the way? So the consistency is unreal. And just because someone else hasn't had that same experience, or they're they just don't believe in it, that I'm going to sort of lose focus and change my perception or the experience I've had. Because the thing is, what I talk about, it comes from experience. So I can't remove an experience. It's a layer to me. It's like an added layer of armor. It's knowledge. It's things. You can't take that off just because someone's insecure. It's like, no, that's not how it works. I don't care if you believe. It doesn't make a difference to my day. I'm just sharing an experience. You could be offended. You can just do however you interpret. That's the thing with me. I'm good. It's not gonna nothing someone says could ever alter an experience I've had. But anyway, hopefully it's been of use. It's a bit annoying that I forgot to change the name of the title. It's so frustrating. But anyway, that's that.